more consistently back in the day, and I know what the cost of it then was. I can't imagine now. It's got to be more prohibitive, and that's why we don't see as many as maybe we would have seen a few years back. But suffice it to say that during the summer months, when there could be outdoor venues utilized, you will see more concerts, because inside venues, it won't be a viable undertaking because it's not enough seats, even if it's really popular and you got 5,000 people that want to attend, let's say, or 2,000 or even 1,000. There's no place that's going to hold 1,000 people inside.
Right.
So it's only practical to have your concerts outside and really go for the bang. But we have these restrictions, noise restrictions. You know, I live in Spanish Point, and right across the street, there's Spanish Point Park, known as Pontoons.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful public facility. And back a few years now, Dread and Baja, of course, Baja is past, but Dread and Baja used to have consistent outdoor concerts, particularly during the summer season. And they had identified pontoons.
Yeah.
And actually had, because I had previously had a relationship and we all did things together at one point in time. And then I decided it wasn't something I was going to continue doing, and I encouraged them to go forward as promoters. And I'll never forget, one Sunday they came to my home to sit down and discuss and say, look, we want you to be a part of this thing. Why don't we all do it together? Because when I was doing it, it was me doing it, and Andrew was like a salesperson, making sure to get the sponsorship. And Glad was doing a lot of the security work and the infrastructure work, building the stages, getting the equipment, all of that. So they said, let's all do it together. And I said, you know, I'm a little overwhelmed these days. I think you guys can go ahead and be quite successful in your own. So when they came to me and said, look, here's a venue, we want to do it across the street.
Okay.
I said, hey, no problem. How long is it going to be? Probably about up until midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, that's fine. How often are you going to do it? Probably once a year. I said, once a year? Man, I could sacrifice that. And if I ain't out there myself, I'll just pull down all of the windows and turn the air conditioner on. But, you know, there were folks that were really up in arms. And I said to them, you know, if you can identify those folks, tell them I'd like to speak with them.
Okay.
If they got an issue. Because nobody's closer than me.
Right. Got you.
Didn't hear from one person.
Yeah.
And so it went on without incident. I think they may have had it maybe 2 or 3 occasions out there, you know.
2 of them.
Yeah. So now you have, you know, the influx of those folks who are soca enthusiasts. And, you know, even when there was the 1 o'clock or midnight time restriction where it had to shut down, you know, most promoters adhere to it. But now they kind of seemingly, based on some of the promoters I've spoken with, want to stick strictly to the time that you have been given. And if you go 5 or 10 minutes over, like, they're coming in force to shut you down. But yet, and then they cite there being the concern of noise. But with the soca festivities in June every year, some of the events start at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they do.
When everybody's sleeping or trying to sleep.
Yeah, they do.
And they're marching, you know,
on the road. Yeah.
So I don't understand. It seems to me to be a very contradictory position. How do you feel about that? It seems disingenuous to me.
I could give you a scenario.
Okay.
Just last year, this was before May. And I had talked to Najee. I think he's the president at Devil's Hill Recreational Club.
Okay.
So he had control of the field.
Okay.
So I asked him, could we have a sound?
And that would be the Devil's Hill field. That's known as the Devil's Hill field.
Really Crossroads Warriors train.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
And he got a noise permit signed by the Commissioner of Police. And we were to end this expo before 11 p.m. or by 11 p.m. That's what it stated right there.
Okay.
So we were there setting up. We had Andrew Packy was there with his box.
Got one of the greatest sound systems on the island, yeah.
And the police came. And
while you were setting up?
No, they came after we had to play the music.
Okay.
And we was like, hi, how you doing? We have a permit. She's like, I don't care about no permit. It's like, what? Okay. So she left and she came back.
Oh, a female officer?
Yeah, female officer.
Okay.
And she was adamant. She's like, listen, you got to shut this down. And it's like, it wasn't even 9 o'clock.
Wow. And you had the permit for 11?
Yeah.
And you showed her the permit?
Yeah. We paid, and then she tried to read it. Like, I know, like, I've spoken to some police officers, and they said the law is discretional. If you know the person, it's to your own discretion.
Yeah, yeah.
She didn't know me. Okay. And she didn't know any of the people that was down there. Right. And these guys spend a lot of money on the sound system. Yeah. Sound system, I mean, a lot of money.
Oh, yes.
They're talking about $250,000, $500,000.
Easy.
All right, yes, G. And I addressed her with lots of respect. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am. I need to figure something out. This music that we're playing is not antisocial music.
Right.
This is unifying music. The frequencies that we're pushing out here is unity music. This is not get drunk and whine on a stranger. Yeah, because before we were talking about stranger danger." And now the lyrics that I hear in this music that they're promoting and allowing to play at any time, I'm not bashing the music. What I'm saying is let's have some equilibrium. Let's equality.
Right,
you know what I mean? This is music. It's music. And music is organized noise, not organized chaos, but organized noise. That's why we have rest, so that we can identify notes and sounds.
That's right. Rests in the music, yep.
So I was very respectful in asking her, and Magic from Soldier One was there. He was present. A lot of song guys.
Oh, that's my guy. He started with Interline Communications.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. So
and all respect. You're talking about respectful guys.
Yes.
Yeah, Magic Cunningham is a very respectful guy.
Listening and to what she's got to say, and there's more than 50 guys there. They're ready to rile up, and I'm like, well, we're not going to do that because that's what they want from this.
No, that takes leadership as well.
We're not going to do that
on your part. Yeah.
So we have,
and it also conjures the respect that you have earned by your peers for you to say we're not doing something that everybody is hyped and really want to go full-fledged ahead doing.
We'll shut down. We'll pack up, but we're coming back again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure that we have them there while it's playing.
Yeah.
So that she doesn't show up because it's discretional. You know what I mean? And I said, you're friends. I said, and there's a lot of you that you perform in this carnival thing. You don't tell them turn it down. I said, here we are. It's daylight still, and now it's fading into the night, and you want to stop this.
Yeah.
We don't have that much time left to go, but you want to stop it. And I know police officers that stay in that vicinity that didn't come with no issues. Neighbors was coming out, looking, standing in their doorway, saying, yes, yes. So you got me?
Yeah,
So somebody from far off, they came and, made a complaint on the telephone, and then she responded, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's unfortunate that we have to go through this because now for $375, that was a waste because we're trying to administer therapeutic frequencies.
So what was the $375?
For the noise permit. That the commissioner signed.
Got you.
The police commissioner.
Right.
She's in charge of that. So next time, if you want me to go to the governor, I could do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. Because it's not making any sense. So now these guys are going to kick off at 3 a.m. Before you kick off at 3 a.m., you got to have sound checks. What time is this happening?
Probably around 1 o'clock.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I don't get it.
Yeah.
And we knew that over the years, because you're a promoter too.
Yeah.
That's the music that's helped to shape Bermuda, keep Bermuda unified. Even when we were doing great in sports, those kind of concerts were the ones that kept us. It was like the glue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I see that the way that we socialize around here is different.
Yeah.
It's a certain agenda in the world that the governments are pushing, and I see the results.
Yeah.
We don't sing in school. I sang in my school, in my high school. We sang every morning in assembly.
Yeah, me too.
Darren Herbert's father.
Yeah.
You know Darren Herbert, the movie star.
Yeah.
His father, Mr. Herbert, used to play the piano
Uh-huh.
in the school every morning.
Yeah.
And Gloria McCauley would be leading us.
Yeah. I can remember, and they had indelible impact on you. So I can still remember my music.
Yes.
What should I say? Iconic masters. The older one was Joseph Richards. He, to me, looked like a black Mozart. I don't know, because of the way he combed his hair, it all was pushed back. It wasn't well kept, as it, like a short haircut or anything. He looked like he was somebody from the 18th century who was, had sheet music and scoring symphonies and that kind of thing. That's what he looked like to me.
Right.
And then we had, of course, Eustace Jones, who was great. And as a result of that, we had to sing the school song every morning in assembly. And then you, of course, had, choirs and that kind of thing. But the biggest impact was the motivation and incentivizing the commitment to music in high school at Berkeley when I was going there. Mm-hmm. Now, before I was going there, they even had a school band. But when I was there, all of the instruments were under the stage. That had, for some reason, stopped.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't remember that myself, like seeing the school band, but I know there was one.
Right.
And during my era, the most impactful observation that I made was the number of top musicians that went to the high school while I was there.
Right.
Grant Williams, the Hines brothers,
Wow.
Sheldon Tootsie Bean, Stevie Bassett, Miles Menders. I mean, I can go on and on. That's just naming a few,
Yeah.
And Shine Hayward, of course.
Yeah.
And all of them rose to a level of professional notoriety in this community.
Yes.
And it was amazing, the amount of talent musically that was at the school and in other schools as well. Because if you remember, I don't know, you may be a little young, but there used to be the Battle of the Groups.
I heard about it.
Many of the groups were high school students.
Right.
The Pearlettes, the Charmines, Jew Boys group, I can't remember the name. But and then you had the Young Ambassadors. Edgar Dilly Dick Smith, who was a great football player, George Simons, Terry Sargent, I believe, Damon Simmons. All of these young people were involved in the arts, and Formula of Love that grew out of a couple of groups. They, I believe, actually had auditions at Philly International, trying to get a record deal under the guidance and management of Melvin Joel, who was the promoter of the Battle of the Groups every year at the Rosebank Theater. Mm-hmm. Now, what happened is that there were people that were outside, because the Battle of the Groups was always sold out.
Right.
And I think the Rosebank Theater held somewhere around 1,200 people or just above. Mm-hmm. And there was all of these people outside, probably twice that amount outside, wanting to get in. And the facade of the Rosebank Theater, it was a beautiful theater. I mean, a beautiful theater. The acoustics, everything. I'd seen Mahalia Jackson there. I'd seen Satchmo there. Louis Armstrong there. Oh, yeah, Jesse Jackson there giving a speech. And many, the Funkadelics in Parliament. I'd seen them, my good friends from school, Bill Pitt and that. We went there to see them. And we were like, wow. But many international groups would come and perform. Billy Paul. The first time I was introduced to MC working at ZFB Down by the Sea, I was introduced on Rosebank Theater for a brief moment.
Right.
And it was a show that featured Billy Paul as the headline artist. when, Me and Mrs. Jones was like the biggest thing out there. And so certain people were allowed in, and it didn't seem as if they were paying or anything like that. And the people outside just went buck wild. And I think maybe the person may have been an employee or something like that, but people just thought that it was, somebody that was just being let in because of who they were or whatever.
Oh.
And the whole facade of the Rosebank Theater was all glass doors across the whole building. And that's where the Butterfield building is now.
Right
there.
I went there. I watched Star Wars and Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Or Superman.
All right.
Yeah.
So they shattered the glass and bum rushed. So even though it was a one-off thing, and this is the kind of thing that happened,
right.
Well, you know what the consequential fallout was?
No more.
Shut it down.
No more.
Total insensitivity in not understanding the circumstances.
Right.
And then even saying there would be an ultimatum going forward.
Yeah.
The next time this happens, we will certainly close it down or whatever. But just crazy. The same thing with broadcasting. When there was a dispute and an impasse with regard to collective bargaining to come to a mutual agreement between the parties, well, the employer said, nah, we're not giving an inch, and you ain't taking a yard, that's for sure. So they decided to close all broadcasting on the country, because it was only them, really, down for several weeks, if not months. And that's how cable vision, under Gavin Wilson, who introduced it, were able to get a license. And Kenny DeFunds, after having tried to get a broadcasting license for over 11 years, he was finally granted a license as well.
For 11 years, attempting,
yeah. We were, Inter Island Communications, the first since Kenny DeFunds and Cablevision was introduced. We were, before that. Since the Capital Broadcasting Company had closed its doors, we were the first black-owned and operated broadcasting entity to be granted a license in 20 years. Yeah. Thanks to the Progressive Labor Party government and Renee Webb, who was the Minister of Telecommunications at the time,
Thank you.
Deregulating and opening it up for and inviting requests for proposal to secure a broadcasting license. So this is the kind of thing that contributes towards dysfunctions.
Yeah.
When it impacts directly the people who have a vested stakehold in an industry because of their talent.
Right. What else are you supposed to do?
What else? And the thing is that in the industry regarding entertainment related to culture, it's what keeps the pulse alive.
Yes.
In a community. You can hear that.
Yep, that's right.
That heartbeat
that is
of your community.
It's alive.
Okay? When you start messing with that, all kinds of things happen. And with the kind of burgeoning resurgence of talent now, investing in their own home studios,
right,
and parents investing in them taking music lessons, we have an opportunity to recommit, which I believe the government is considering doing now. It's never too late. I hope it's not too little. Because when I see things like, and I'm not throwing any darts at anybody because, we're dealing with real talk right now, and this is a reality. There was someone that's not even a Bermudian that absconded with $800,000, supposedly convincing people in this country who are the decision makers that he was committed to building a recording studio.
We have a $1 million music studio already erected. Right up the hill there.
Yeah.
Why they didn't go to that man?
Well, that would be Daryl Simons, I think.
Why they didn't go to him?
Well, not just that. I mean, I declare my interest. I had a smaller studio than $1 million. Steve Easton, Joan Woolridge, Shondell Easton, smaller studio. What's Donald's last name in Ord Road?
Robinson.
Donald Robinson.
Yeah.
And others.
Yep, many others.
Many others. So all of that vested talent inside of your borders by your native sons and daughters, we got to go out and beg. And even when you get a look in, and this is not just under one administration, it's period across the board, and it's been forever since the decline of the entertainment industry.
Yep.
There's been no real focus on really committing to it in a way that is warranted on merit. So, for instance, Joan Woolridge has got Proud to be Bermudian that he produced and wrote.
Yep.
Huh? I've got 5 albums complete of different artists. They may not be Grammy Award winning material,
productions,
but it's pretty good production.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to put my name associated and every one of the artists associated with those productions.
Right.
So there's a track record. Shondell Easton, they have track record. Donald, he has a track record of recordings. They got track records
of great recordings.
It's not like they're trying. They've been there, they've done that.
Doing it, like, you know.
So you would think that there would be the proactive commitment to approach individuals without the individuals having to submit some grant for this or for that in a multi-billion-dollar economy, and you're talking about not even pennies off the dollar.
None.
So I believe the government is addressing that now going forward. I would hope so. And I would hope that they would consult, like reach out to us, as opposed to us having to reach out to them, because our reputation precedes us. Your reputation precedes you.
All I got to say is this. I'm going to keep doing the work. You know, we got to just keep doing the work. And then we work along with each other to make it happen.
Yeah.
Like we're doing.
Yeah, and it's not even where we're asking for handouts.
Yeah,
we're not even asking for handouts. No. We're just doing it.
That's what
and every now and again when we say, you know what, maybe we could try applying for a grant, hoping for the best and expecting the worst. Now, I've had grants, you know.
I'm thankful for the support.
Yeah,
I've been
for the support
a couple of times.
It's not been it's not been a whole lot. It certainly doesn't break the fiscal budget. I can tell you that.
It's not, you know.
But it is some show of a token of appreciation.
Yes,
and I do appreciate that. And it's only been 1 or 2 or 3 times when it comes to you know, live events that I've even considered going. So what I try and do is go to the private sector and get the support. You know, companies like Lindo's, companies like you would hear are sponsors of the Bermuda Idol.
Yes,
you know, Mr. Chicken, unwavering support. You know, Orchid Nail Spa, even Moon Glow Insurance in the past, or Moongate Insurance, I think it is, yeah, and various other companies, Bermuda Healthcare Services. You know, these corporate citizens that understand and feel a commitment to support, you got to give them the props, man, because without that kind of support, we wouldn't be able.
Anything.
Well, we wouldn't have a $5,000.
Nothing.
You know, it's 6 minutes of performing, 6 weeks of practicing rehearsal, spending money to do your hair, to get your shoes, to get your outfit, right? Well, after all of that, you get the $5,000 if you win.
Yeah.
Well, you may be $3,000 in profit, or
yeah, that's exactly,
because you still got you still have to pay with no guarantee.
I got a point to make. Check it out. Okay, you can name your favorite singer in the world. And this is what you find happening with a lot of establishments right here, because it's hard for them. It's become hard for them. So now they're looking for entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what could you do? It's like, okay. Now, for instance, this is in the newspaper. I ain't naming their names. If you read the article, where they said they would like for the entertainer to know 250 songs.
Yeah.
250 songs. And you perform for 3 hours. Name your favorite artist.
40 minutes.
Your favorite artist doesn't sing for 3 hours.
40, the standard contract, 40 minutes. Some will go for an hour because they'll do encore performances.
Thank you.
The standard contracts almost forever have been 40, 45 minutes to an hour. That's it.
So now,
and you're paying top dollar for that.
So now here, right?
Yeah.
We're just talking about here, Front Street, right?
Yeah.
That's what it said. That's the prerequisite. I'm like, ooh. And then it's talking about breaks. One break. Ooh. Hey. I was like, wow. This here is crazy. It's slavery.
So this is like private establishments, in Bermuda. Okay.
Right on Front Street. I say that much.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it like that.
I got you.
Give them a location.
Yeah.
It's not my good friends up the road.
So I think there's been a concerted effort to be prohibitive with regard to the extended invitation to audition or to apply for the position. Okay? It's going to cost much less to have karaoke.
250 songs. You need to know.
That's
right?
Yeah.
Well, Michael Jackson. Never,
well, you're not going to sing 250 songs.
This is what I'm saying.
In 3 hours. Yeah.
So that you can change the set list. I get it, but when you go talk about
musicians are
artists,
they're always going to change their set list. Mm-hmm. But the popular artists are only going to sing their hits.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
This is my point.
Yeah, and that's all really the audience wants to hear.
Thank you.
They don't want to hear a song you're working on and thinking about releasing next year.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah. So the point well taken. But there's that level of disingenuousness. Mm-hmm. Same as the government had given the hotel industry concessions to upgrade, to renovate, to improve the product. Mm-hmm. Under the understanding that the caveat would be when they get it all done, they must commit to employing Bermudian entertainers. It never happened.
Thank you.
Not to the significant degree with those who would be eligible and who applied for the tax concession. No, it wasn't. And after it was done, I suppose you could come up as a business with any excuse and claim it's a reason that's legitimate.
Right.
Okay? Because you got excuses and you got reasons.
Thank you.
And I think in situations where you're trying to get out of stuff, you will use any excuse for a legitimate reason. Okay? And when you do that, everybody has a defense to say, well, why didn't or couldn't happen, notwithstanding the well-intentioned policy.
Right. The intention was good.
The intention was good.
Execution.
So as we wind Iron Wire, tomorrow evening, how long have you been rehearsing? Have you been rehearsing ever since? Do you even need to rehearse?
Yes, of course. Okay. Most definitely.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this. Usain Bolt said the reason he knew he was going to do good because he knew he was doing something that people wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So
that doesn't mean you're bringing your tap shoes to.
No.
Okay.
No, it's a singing contest. But I'm rehearsing. You know, I'm rehearsing.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I'm rehearsing, getting all the bad things out.
Okay. All right. All right.
I sought after Dasta Zion.
Okay.
To scrutinize me and
nice.
Crack the whip on
Couldn't
me.
have a better person than that.
Not at all.
Yeah, and he's super straight up.
Yeah.
He's not gonna turn a six. He's not gonna turn a 6 upside down and convince you it's a 9, right?
That's not it. Wow. He would tell me. You know. That's why I asked him.
Yeah. So it's going to be exciting for you. How do you feel about the commitment that Inter-Island Communications makes every year, inviting people to audition and then putting on this showcase competition for those that are talented some better than others, and those that are in the community that want to support local entertainment?
Well, it's important. I like to say thank you for the consistency. Thank you for the platform, because it's necessary. I grew up in talent shows. So to me, this is like a talent show, even though it's a vocal competition. And people need somewhere to start. People need somewhere to vent. You know, they need therapy. Sometimes it's their therapy, even if you ain't so great. But just being able to get up there in front of people, because you have the bravery, you know, you have the courage, and you can go up there and execute your very best, and it's fulfilling for some people. You know what I mean? For me, it's therapeutic for me to see people having a good time. I love to have a good time with good people. You know, living in positive vibes. That's me. That's why I write what I write, because I only write what I feel. You know, what I live. So tomorrow I'm gonna have a real good time. I'm excited. The songs that I'm choose to sing, one of them is from a great reggae band.
Okay,
you know, and they lost one of their core players, Cat Core.
Okay,
you know, from Third World, and I figured I might as well go and do that, because it's not an easy song to sing.
Okay,
but people love to sing it.
Yeah,
you know, and I love the song. You know, from the time I heard it, my daddy was playing it. I liked it.
Okay.
And the next song I'm singing, Sly Dunbar, who just passed. You know, he played the drums in the recording.
And he died soon after Robbie Shakespeare, and they were the production team extraordinaire. Yeah. I had the pleasure of working with them and meeting them. Nice, genuinely nice, humble guys. Yeah. Very humble.
So for me, it's more of a tribute to my family, you know what I mean, my lineage, and, you know, my community, my people, because people's excited for me. You know, I hear them saying all these things, and I'm humble. I'm cool, you know what I mean? Till that you play that thing, and you're gonna see what's happening. Yeah.
All right, a very special in studio guest, Bermuda Idol 2026 contestant, Original Live Wires. Where did the name Original come from? ARIJAHKNOW. Okay. Original. Where did that come from?
Well, my father is the original.
Okay.
Live Wires.
Right.
Love you, Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
great midfield player for Devonshire Colts.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah. That's my pops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I decided. I got a friend named Runksy, and when we was talking about the algorithm, and
that's my cousin, Daddy Runksy. He was in recording early days,
right?
Yeah.
So when it came to looking at the algorithm, and you type in somebody's name, he was like, "Listen, it's kind of like alphabetical." So I was like, "Oh, so I need to spell my name with an A." So then I thought about the word, and then I said, "Okay." And in Bermuda, we pronounce words different from people. So
very true.
Original, people would say original, and original don't have no W's in it.
Right.
So I'm the original Live Wire. So it says ARI, arise, JAH, Johners.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, wow.
Original Live Wires. So
very
arise,
clever.
Johners, Live Wires.
Very clever. I love that. I love that. Yeah. So, Original Live Wires, all the very best to you tomorrow evening.
Thanks, Mr. B.
And here's something special from the studio that he recorded it in, something that I really like. I don't think he's going to be singing it tomorrow, but it's a great song, and I think a fitting conclusion to our incredible conversation this afternoon. And this one is for the community, for the world, and especially for you. Original Live Wires.
It is.
Whoa, whoa.
And good afternoon to our listening audience. You are listening to Magic 102.7. It's not Glenn, it's me, Dr. Connie. And I just want to say good afternoon to our listening audience. Thank you for tuning in again this week. And I have a very special guest in studio with me this afternoon. And so most of the content of this radio show will be for listening. Chaplain Santusi, welcome.
Thank you very much, Doctor, and thank you for having me here with you on this beautiful, it's a beautiful afternoon.
Yes. So, seems as if the divine energies were working to connect us today.
There has been some time that I was asked to come on to the station. And because of the many calls of service, unable to be here. And I believe that during the times which I'm actually teaching or sharing, particularly with gardening, and then I just try to focus in on the students because they need all of me, not part of me. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I do realize that there is a group of people within Bermuda who are unable to come to our classes and who also are desirous of information pertaining to growing food and the like. And I show and share no cut to what I do. I also provide spiritual counseling and other things throughout the country. But that all said, though, I'm so thankful to be here with you this afternoon. Truly, it was a divine connection this morning.
Yes.
Here it was that while you were calling, I was literally writing. And the thoughts of which you had asked of me to be here was the thoughts I was writing on. And that within itself is good. But I would just want to just briefly just say to one particular person out there who means so much to me. And she's put up with me for now 42 years. And matter of fact, I've been married for 42 years, but put up with me for 44 years. And so I just want to say thank God for my wife. Truly, she has to be a great woman to be able to deal with a person like me, because I'm traveling and doing so many things to help others that when I get home, one would tend to think, well, are you giving your wife your leftovers? No, I'm not. But at the same time, she's there, and she makes sure that I'm dressed proper, and she never complains. So I just want to take time to recognize a good woman. And there are many good women within Bermuda. And to every man that's listening out there who of which has a good woman, please take care of that woman, nurture that woman, and, take a time with her. You may not be there for her every moment of every day. But one thing you can do is show your appreciation to her. And so I just want to thank God for my wife. She's a gem. So as you see me, you see her.
Yes, you are a true reflection of your wife, who is a very grounded, very compassionate and kind person. Yes. And that is what I have come to know of Karen over the years that I have known her. Yes.
Thank you. Well, to our listeners out there, truly, many things are happening within the world and within our island. But to those who are just as a tip for those, before we get into proper our conversation around why I'm here, if you're planning on growing some carrots, saving some money, instead of paying out almost $10 for a bunch of carrots, then I'm encouraging you to, if you don't have a ground turned up, then do something with your ground this afternoon for an hour. And then, before you do that, stop by any one of the nurseries and get some carrot seed, beet seed, whatever root crop that you eat, you buy that seed. And then you go and you plant that seed in the earth. Please follow the information on the backs of the packages. There are some tips and tricks to planting, but I don't have that time to share that information with you this afternoon. Mm-hmm. But follow the information on the back of the packages. You will be fine pertaining to the actual development and growth, because today is actually a time set aside specifically for root crops. Now, within every month there are times set aside for growing food. And so when I hear people talking about prices going up, my question has always been, then what are you doing to help bring the prices down? Because if there's no demand, then there'll be no high prices. Now, we do realize that there are some other entities or concerns that actually, of why I'm here this afternoon, that actually comes into the equation of causing prices to go up.
Yes, yes. And one of the reasons you were invited here today, and again, you know, you and I know that I am not a Christian, but you and I know that I am a believer.
You're spiritual.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
And I received that download last night, and it was too late to call you then, certainly. But what I saw on the news really made me think, and it motivated me to call you and to ask you to speak to our community today. Because when I saw the Strait of Hormuz blocked, and things like fertilizer and farm equipment and necessities that lend themselves to the production of food, particularly in the U.S. or North America, then I thought to myself, Bermuda is going to be in trouble. And those who are asleep at the wheel, they're going to get a rude awakening. And so I had to get on the horn to you this morning to ask you to come in and to share with our listening audience what that looks like for Bermuda. Because we always think we're spoiled, we're entitled. We never think anything is going to happen to us. And we've been very blessed, not lucky, we've been very blessed.
Absolutely.
Right, all of these centuries. But the world is changing, and certainly people are having to take up occupations they never thought they would before. Lots of things that people didn't want to do, or that was during my grandmother's day, my grandfather's day, they're going to now have to step into those roles. Speak to that for me, please, Chaplain.
So, as many of you are listening in today, you've been following the news, and the news pertaining to some of the crisis movements that are taking place throughout our world. It's not so favorable pertaining to the actual cause of food in the near future. How long that would last, we don't know. But can we do something about it? Yes, we can. How would it affect us? That's the point, or concerns that we are really, really speaking to this afternoon. So if you are out there this afternoon, you're running, you're making time, then I'm going to encourage you to just pause for a moment. We're not no alarmists. We're not trying to lift anything outside of its proper perspective, as so much as to share with you what is. I must also share with you that as I speak from the level of an instructor pertaining to growing food, number one. Number two, I'm speaking to you from the area of being the chairman of the Agriculture Board. And so I'm not speaking on behalf of them, but because I wear that hat, I must always be balanced in what I'm sharing with you and sharing facts of what's and how we can be able to achieve to help our citizens in this island here. So we're now into almost 2 weeks, just about over 2 weeks of the war going on currently between Israel and America, their allies, against Iran. And no one never thought that we would enter into this phase here when we look at the context of the universal globe. We tend to think, we had war before under the Bush administration, and it caused quite a bit of concern. But to the level which we're going today, we have never come to this level here, which ships are being prohibited from moving into areas to receive or pick up oil to transport back to their destinations. And there's a slow process. Now, if you understand the process of which shipping happens, just one loop that is missing can cause a problem down the road. But now we're having a couple of loops that are literally missing or that are overlooked, or even stopping some transportation of ships, of transporting. And then just a few days ago, 2 ships were actually hit within the area, which causes other concerns pertaining to the insurance now of the ships in the areas, which will eventually go up as well. So there's a lot of things in the mix of it all. And many people who are listening to the news, they may be listening to the American news, or maybe listening to Al Jazeera, or maybe some other news, BBC, or whatever it may be. But I want to just share with you that if you're looking or listening to anything, make sure that the information is clear. Okay, because there's a lot of people out there sensationalizing information that will not be so good for you. Now, I want to just pause for a moment on that point, because you see, when people see fear or hear of fear taking place around them, then they become very, very agile. And their minds are starting to just warp for a moment until finally the heart itself becomes overwhelmed. Did you not know that there's a prophecy which speaks to that point, of which mankind's heart will become overcharged with surfacing, looking on the things of the earth, and which are coming upon them? That means that heart attacks will be frequent because of what's happening. Well, I want to just touch on this point here. And as I speak, I want to speak specifically to our leaders, speak to our citizens, and the leaders of our world, because this station here, it's going out to the entire world. And as I speak, I'm going to speak on the subject of feeding the future, the urgent link between food and energy security. So we're not just talking about food security, which is a very, very integral point which we need to be speaking on, but we're also speaking about the energy security. Because if we don't have sufficient oil coming into Bermuda, or petrol, or whatever we need coming into this country here, then it slows up the process of even Bermuda's energy. We're using right now power from out of Belco. And many of us, we take it for granted that we have the lights and we have this and this and this. But may I just say to you here, what you may have today, you may not have tomorrow. And how long that would last, I don't know. But I will speak to the point here. Today I speak to you not just as a representative of one nation, but as a voice for our shared future. A future in which no child, no human, no community goes to bed hungry. Food is more than just sustenance. It is life. Food is health. Food is the foundation of human dignity, economy, stability. Food is the essence of peace. And when we miss out on those contacts of food and what food is really set aside for, then we actually move into a place whereby we have problems. Now, we use food as a weapon. That also becomes a big problem, okay? So as yet, despite our significant advances, despite our agricultural potential, millions around the world face right now chronic hunger, potential chronic hunger, and malnutrition that is before our face. Now, how do we deal with it? How do we overcome it? I'm so happy that there are at least someone thinking outside of the box who had decided, you know what, we need to invest in the Grow, Eat, and Save gardening class. We need to at least be able to get behind them and at least help more people within our country grow food. But that's just a small portion. A small portion. When we within Bermuda, when we grew up, if you remember, a lot of gardens around us. We had chickens around us.
Yes.
No one complained about chickens crowing. No one complained about goats. No one complained about cows. No one complained about literally the turkey or even the geese making noise. But today, they become violations if they're too noisy.
Bermuda Live on YouTube. Subscribe now.